back in 2011, so the vanilla game is looking a bit out of date. You can play Skyrim Special Edition instead, but if you want to keep your Skyrim save that is probably hundreds of hours old by this point, and boy, I do not blame you, updating Skyrim's graphics is a decent way to make it feel like you're playing a game that at least looks current gen. To help you make Skyrim look more current, I've rounded up the best graphics mods Nexus and Steam Workshop has to offer. Some quick notes before I begin. If you're going to use Nexus Mods, do yourself a favour and download the Vortex Mod Manager, which is a refreshingly simple bit of software that lets you manage your mods and will save you a fair bit of time and faff. These mods are for the Skyrim base game and work with Hearthfire, Dragonborn and Dawnguard DLCs. And that's the quick notes done with, so without further ado, here are the best Skyrim graphics mods in 2020. The unofficial Skyrim Legendary Patch is the big one, and therefore the one you should download first. Fixing tons of bugs in Skyrim, it irons out issues to keep your game running smoothly, and is a must-have no matter if you prefer Skyrim modded to oblivion or want to keep things simple. Static Mesh Improvement mod improves how over 900 objects look in the game by making changes to their appearance. And pictures speak louder than words in this case. Look at the difference this mod makes. Details are refined and often completely reworked, upgrading the look of your latest playthrough hugely. Like the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Patch, the Static Mesh Improvement mod is a basic necessity for any modded version of Skyrim, so get on downloading it stat. Yet another mod that works quietly in the background, the shadow striping fix does exactly what you'd assume it does. It fixes striping shadow issues which can be found in vanilla Skyrim, because the grilled look doesn't really suit, well, anything or anyone, if you ask me. Sometimes the lighting in Skyrim can be quite basic, so the Enhanced Lights and FX mod introduces cinematic, dramatic lighting into the game. Additions range far further than just light sources though, as there are also changes to how torches look, water reflections, shadows, translucent effects on tents, and even adds candle smoke. If you've spent time exploring dungeons in Skyrim, have stepped into a Jarl's Grand Hall, or have gathered around an open fire in an inn, you'll be familiar with the glowing embers found below the flames. This mod makes those embers look more realistic, more defined, and much richer in colour, making you feel like you really are staring into a crackling fire on your travels, rather than a blobby orange mess. After installing this mod, there's a good chance you'll never go back to the washed out look of the original game, as the Immersive Saturation Boost mod ups the colour factor to turn the world of Skyrim into a fantasy wonderland for the eyes. When paired with some of the other mods in this list, it turns the game into something out of Alice in Wonderland due to all the bursts of colour. So, if you're into a more realistic, gritty look, the Immersive Saturation Boost mod might not be for you. Skyrim's textures are outdated now, as it's 9 years old, what else do you expect? So, this 2K Textures mod breathes new life into over 600 textures, including flowers, leaves, clothes, and pretty much anything you can see around you in the game at any one point. Vivid Landscapes upgrades all the horizons you see in Skyrim with new textures and meshes, from cliffs to mountains to creeks to ruins and tons more. When paired with the FLORA Overhaul and the 2K Textures mods, this ensures that everywhere you look you'll be met with more intricate surroundings that are suited to 2020 standards. Pair with the aforementioned Enhanced Light and FX mod to make these improved meshes stand out even more. With the Skyrim FLORA Overhaul mod, Skyrim's natural surroundings are upgraded with parts replaced with new assets like leaves, flowers, etc. that more accurately match what we see in real life. In colder regions, pine trees are weighed down with snow, cobwebs are strung between branches in forests, and you can even find toadstools underneath your feet. Those who enjoy role-playing hunters or prefer to shun cities will likely get the most out of this mod, as it increases the immersion you get from strolling through Skyrim's wilds. I find it encourages me to quit fast travelling everywhere and actually head there by foot or hoof, as when paired with the other mods in this video, boy does Skyrim look stunning. Although lots of us might wish it, you don't always want every day in Skyrim to be sunny, or stormy if you're into rainy thunderstorms as much as I am. This Climates of Tamriel mod adds new weather and lighting to the game, bequeathing us with sunrises and sunsets at the beginning and end of each day, cloudy weather, fog, remastered night lighting, lens flare, and options for how warm or cold you want interior lighting to be. Dungeon delvers also get to choose how dark dungeons are, with the darkest level meaning you'll need either mage light or a torch with you when you're exploring underground. Even if you decide to stay outside, the interior weather sounds mean you'll be able to hear the sound of rain lashing at the windows, which is some video game ASMR that I sure as heck need every now and again.
I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell.
Paired perfectly with the Climates of Tamriel mod is the Wet and Cold mod. No points for guessing what this mod does. It adds wet and cold effects to Skyrim, so when it rains or you emerge from swimming, you'll drip with water. But the depth of this mod is impressive and pretty well thought out. Going further than simply making things look wet, when you look up into the sky when it's raining, your vision will become temporarily blurred. Your footsteps will sound soggy during rain, and NPCs will retreat to their homes when it's pissing it down. Cold weather in snowy areas makes your breath visible in the air, but not if you're undead or a vampire, which is awesome attention to detail. Snow will build up on your armour, and during strong winds your speed will decrease as you struggle against the gusts. This mod is just plain irreplaceable for immersion, so it gets a massive recommendation from us here at Eurogamer. Another one that does what it says on the tin, Realistic Water 2 makes water look more realistic. With this mod installed, there's distinct water types for creeks, marshes, ponds, rivers, lakes, and the ocean, as well as special ripple effects being added to ponds and lakes, with flowing water reserved for rivers and creeks. Boats and ice chunks bob gently on the water's surface with this mod too, as a delightful extra treat to spot when you're voyaging near Skyrim's waterways. Amping up the selection of hairstyles available in Skyrim is APACHII Sky Hair, which adds 216 new ways to style your luscious locks, ranging across both male and female characters regardless of race. Even Argonians and Khajiit can use these hairstyles. Converted from The Witcher, Oblivion, and The Sims 2 and 3, the hair itself is shinier and most of it is immaculately coiffed, so if you're going for a wild Aragorn-style ranger, you might be better off sticking to the basic Skyrim hair. Get ready to spend an age creating your newest Skyrim character, as the race menu mod expands just how much you can tweak the Dragonborn in question to make them look just how you want. Not only adding sliders for specific parts, race menu includes a diverse range of war paints to use all over the body, and handily displays the perks you get for each race, so you can use logic when deciding what build is best for a battle mage, and try to resist the urge to build yet another stealth archer. This enhanced camera mod is nice and simple, as it lets you look down at your body and actually see your body, along with whatever weapon you're wielding. It also switches third-person animations like riding your horse or smithing into first person, so you can retain that extra slice of immersion while playing Skyrim. This mod is incredibly straightforward. It adds almost 100 styles of cloaks to Skyrim to give it that extra medieval feel. Guards, factions, dragon priests, and other NPCs will wear cloaks when they're out and about, and you can craft your own cloak, or cloaks if you can't choose just one to swish around. All of them are enchantable too, and if you're into survival mods like Frostfall and Hypothermia, these cloaks provide defense against the cold, so yet another reason to wrap yourself up in the Cloaks of Skyrim mod. Ever thought the towns and villages in Skyrim were a bit bare? Well, the Towns and Villages Enhanced mod makes these hubs feel more lush than ever, adding trees, extra shrubbery, wildlife, as well as shrines and bigger details like windmills for smaller villages. Come to think of it, thanks to this mod, it looks like Kynareth has personally blessed Skyrim's towns and villages. Another mod that keeps things simple, this immersive HUD mod hides the heads-up display that tells you how much health, mana and stamina you have left when you're not using it, only bringing it up when you're sprinting, are in combat or just messing around with magic. Iron, leather, steel, dwemer, ebony, elven, orc and glass are all very well, but I do not blame you one bit if you want some extra armour types. The Immersive Armours mod is here to help, adding 55 sets of, yep, you guessed it, armour that remains faithful to Skyrim lore and style. Every single piece can be crafted, upgraded and enchanted, and can be looted throughout the game. But wait, there's more. Eye patches, capes, earrings and scarves all come with this mod too, so you can accessorise your new armour as much as you like. Similarly to immersive armour, Immersive Weapons expands the range of weaponry at your disposal in Skyrim, with 230 extra weapons for you to maul, slice, hit and generally distress enemies with. Like the armours I mentioned before, you can upgrade, craft and enchant every single one, and can be looted, or bought, or stolen from shops. Hey, there's no judgment here, thief. Navigating across your newly modded Skyrim is as easy as Snowberry Pie with the Quality World Map mod, which makes each region more detailed and, crucially, includes newly visible roads. Be sure to add the Clear Map add-on to get rid of cloud cover too. The roads in Skyrim need a bit of TLC, and this Skyrim Better Roads mod gives it to them. Mountain paths now look like actual routes instead of pale-coloured dirt, with walls added to main roads to distinguish them as major thoroughfares and bridges upgraded to look like more impressive entryways to the main locations in the game. And those are the 22 best Skyrim graphics mods in 2020. If you liked the video, why not chuck it a like and hit subscribe to see more videos about video games as well as much more. We come out with a new video every single day, so there's always something to watch. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go immerse myself in another Skyrim playthrough lasting hundreds of hours, so I'll see you next time.